Okay, welcome back. It's late June '65, so not a whole lot of time left. Yeah, so in Virginia, we're gonna move our um, move our main force uh, forward a little bit, and then try to start to go down here and get control of the railroad. Um, yeah, to the line here at the south. Um, it looks like basically the Confederacy's probably given up trying to hold this railroad. It's destroyed here, and it's also destroyed there. So I'm going to try to blow one more line, and then we're going to move down to work on the southern railroad here to North Carolina. Now, in North Carolina itself, what we're trying to do is I'm actually going to bypass Raleigh and basically isolate it. And the reason I'm doing that is basically because this turn, it's possible the Confederacy could send in, some very, very large forces, and there could be a massive battle in Raleigh that we'd likely be defeated. So Newton's Corps will move forward, Foster's Corps will move around, and then once Raleigh is completely isolated, we'll then take it the next turn. We will try to destroy the railroad here. Coming from kind of like Wilmington area, we'll move to take control the line going to New Bern, and we'll send a division across the river to Southport. I don't think I have, I don't have any pontoons there, unfortunately. Now we have run into a bit of a supply issue here, so I'm having to basically send some supply wagons, and we need to build a depot in Williamsburg, as these guys are no longer able to get enough supply to maintain their positions there. Sherman will assault Fort Sumter. Nothing really happening at Fort Pulaski. Down in Georgia, our cavalry division will move forward and try to take the town here, at which point we'll attempt to destroy the railroad next turn. In addition, we'll try to destroy the railroad here, moving another unit forward. Our depot will be finished this turn, so we should be able to get in a better supply situation. And then I kind of need to think about what we want to do, possibly move across the river and take Milledgeville itself would be one potential option. Those are pretty much the main highlights. A little bit of action happening out here. I'm going to basically go around El Paso to the north so we can be near our fort here, so we can gather supply from there. We will try to take the fort here, and we're also moving on Dallas, which has some cattle ranches that produce supply. We are finally up here in northern Texas too with some small forces. So we have our first we have our first town here that we've taken. So we're going to try to start to take these as well. If you're going to look at the screen here at the bottom left, you can see that they have huge forces, a lot of forces down here without a doubt, and in Virginia too. So one other thing that could be kind of interesting is once we take Raleigh, and now that we have Charlottesville and the line down, we can sort of possibly move around and get behind Richmond as well. At this point, though, they probably have enough supplies stockpiled, right? It's unlikely we'll be able to take Richmond itself. However, it would be great to take Norfolk, which is kind of incredible. We haven't been able to take it yet. But hey, it's been an unusual game. It's been interesting. Yeah, so let's run the turn and see what happens. Okay, so we just had a few skirmishes. Let me flip over to the control view here. Oh, great! So we got just enough of the railroads to use it, but yeah, no huge battles. So here's how things basically look over here in Virginia. It looked like Smith came up, the other Smith, to the north. There's Johnson's force now in Petersburg. Interesting. These guys didn't these guys didn't move. We did move down to Southport, as you can see there. So basically, Raleigh is now isolated. We did cut the railroad here, so really the line to Tennessee is basically done for the game, with three portions being destroyed. Probably the most interesting action has happened down here in Georgia. Our cavalry division has ended up here at the same place as Forest. So in addition to that, Milledgeville is now also defended. So you can see there's a bit of a restructuring of of the line here. And we do have a depot here now, which is good, and we were able to push out some supply from Tallahassee as well. So I guess the one good news is that this line is destroyed. Hopefully our cavalry division will escape. There's no way our one division could defeat Forrest's 3, and that's not it's not really realistic. I don't know where Smith went. I saw him go north, but either way, at this point, Raleigh is now vulnerable, and we will take it. I mean, realistically, the next turn. And a little bit of action happened out in Texas. One thing is that looks like Van Dorn went up north with all the Indian units, which is a good move. So I'll need to send some of my some of my forces to follow them up there. Meanwhile, the other division will have to watch El Paso. We did actually take the town here, so we'll move on to the next spot. So we're getting close. We're only about, in theory, if all goes well, about 2 more days. 2 more days from getting to El Paso. But we'll have to basically send our cavalry force after them, because we don't want to lose Santa Fe or Denver, which are both strategic towns. I think that's pretty much it. I didn't see a battle in Sumter, and it's likely because they surrendered. Yeah, okay. And that is about it. Confederacy does not seem to have a problem yet being supplied down here, so maybe just realistically they've been able to stockpile a lot of supply and have invested a lot. We did take Knoxville actually this turn. That is the other interesting move, and that is a strategic town. The railroad to Decatur is destroyed, as well as the railroad to the east, so we probably have a pretty good chance of even holding Knoxville. As far as the screen goes, that pushes us up to 78, and Confederacy down to 13. You can see what's left here: Charleston, Norfolk, El Paso, and Richmond. I think we have a decent chance of getting Norfolk and El Paso. I'd love to make a move for Richmond, but I'm not really sure what the move would be at this point. These are some big. Stuart has it's 5 divisions just in Richmond. Not even counting the 3.5 divisions up here and the several divisions to the south. All right, that is about it. So I'll see you next time.